Hey, we're talking.
Good morning. It is Monday and it is beautiful out. I guess it's a San Diego fall day. It's warm in a t-shirt. I just feel good. When he's in a good mood, I'm in a good mood. The day has some shape to it. I have a song stuck in my head. I've had it stuck in my head all morning. It is The End of the Tour by They Might Be Giants. Not a particularly popular song, I don't think, but it's just been wedged in my head. I snuggled with the dog this morning and sang the whole song to her. Then we listened to it a few times. I have been texting and communicating with people, and it's just that connection with others is so, at least for me, so crucial to feeling okay, to feeling like I'm not alone. It's that thing I keep coming back to. I'm really grateful for all the people that have been supportive, both gently supportive and maybe more harshly supportive, and people that tough love me and people that are just nice. It's sort of like coming at the problem from all these different angles. The problem being okay, not trying to solve why I've been broken up with, not trying to fix the heartbreak or heartache, just the problem of how do we maintain okayness. And maybe they don't even know that that's the problem they're helping solve, but I'm appreciative of the fact that each person in their own way is helping me be okay in ways that maybe they don't even appreciate, but I appreciate and I think about all of the time. And I'm really grateful and heartened by the caring of others. I will always try and pay that forward for the rest of my life. I hope you have a great Monday. I hope things go well for you, and maybe things go even better than expected. I will see you shortly. Okay, bye. Here's an example of the harsh criticism I get from my barn friends. Nobody rides in the car with me except the dog. So I'm moving stuff back and forth, and I keep some of my photo stuff in here, and my drone, and my horse stuff, so that I can sort of be ready to do whatever, whenever. And when they got in the car to go to, I don't know, probably Panera, they're like, ew, what do you live out of here? And well, while not gently put, the point is, dude, your car's a mess. Like, clean this up. At least that's how I took it. Now they have this theory that I live in my car. It's just a different kind of feedback. I feel like other people if other people were gonna get in the car, if I was gonna drive them somewhere, I would take the time ahead of time to clean it out and clean the windows and vacuum do the work to make the car nice. But because we were at the barn, and for the most part, this is a barn car right now, and the floors are dusty because the ground is dusty. So when you get in the car, I bang off my feet, but dust comes into the car. But I'm really trying to appreciate feedback in whatever form it comes in. I was just looking around the car, like, I need to tighten this thing up a little bit. I'm really into They Might Be Giants this morning. And the beauty of that is I can play it in my classroom today. So all my students will get exposed to They Might Be Giants. Like it or not, doesn't matter, because I like it. You have to resist the urge to be like, when I was your age, that's when I got into this band. Nobody cares. It just makes you sound old. Even though it's true, it was true when people told me that about them, and I was like, yeah, nobody cares. Bottom line, I'm excited to go to school. I'm excited to work today. I feel really fortunate for that by and large, going to work for me is not this drudgery. As awkward as summer break was at times and just sort of desperately lonely, I think the break between last school year and the start of this school year was really necessary mentally. I think that the sort of hard boundaries of the school year, of leaving one year, of entering the next year, figure out my brain a little bit, figure out my energy, it gave me some time to try to heal or try to make sense of it. I don't know that I'm healed. I don't know that I've made sense of it, but I'm on the path at least. All right, park the car. I will see you right back here when the day is done. I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you soon. Okay, that day is done, and it was awesome. Really good. Covered what I wanted to cover with my beginners, with my advanced people. I show some techniques and stuff, and it was good. I had lunch and my prep, I got stuff done. I had students come back to visit and get work done. A letter came in from my attorney that's like the draft of what he's going to send to my wife's attorney. It looks good. It's all that very appropriate, fancy legal writing, which I appreciate a little bit. Like, I would never aspire to be a legal writer, but when you read it and it's well done, you're like, wow, that sounds good. It's very clear and very concise, and you're like, sweet, okay. My barber texted today and she was like, I'm working next Monday, who wants haircuts? And I was like, me! I definitely jump on that like a fancy dinner reservation. God, it's to be a week from now, but a week from now, I will have a haircut and I will not feel so shaggy. I keep thinking about the Yeti cooler that my wife wants. Like, it's just so weird that she wants the tent and the Yeti cooler. The more I think about it, the more I'm like, take the cooler. Like, I don't care. I don't need a cooler. I don't use coolers, and it's heavy, and I'm not going to be doing any like long distance or, you know, remote camping. I'm not going to be catching fish I need to keep cold for days on end. Like, it's fine. I'll say goodbye to the Yeti. I had the pleasure of owning one for 2.5 years, and I've used it for one trip. It's okay if it goes. So the brain is funny. I've got no indication from that woman at the barn that she's at all interested in me. None. And I kept thinking about her today. Just wondering what she's up to, you know, and there's no reason to think anything. And that's such a weird part of the brain. You know, once you get an idea, once you get a seed in your head, you fixate it on a little. Like, a couple of people have been like, oh, Ken, you know, you and her. These people don't know if she's dating anyone or not. I don't even know if she's straight, honestly. Like, who knows? You know, it dawned on me when she talked about her ex that lived in a building downtown. I don't remember any gender pronouns at any point. But I just keep coming back to it and thinking, like, she's nice. I really like her. And I can't figure out if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Is that setting yourself up for disappointment, or is that just part of the healing process? Is it okay to stop and think about someone else and imagine someone else and wonder about someone else, even if there's nothing reciprocated? It's just the practice of feeling something, even if it's just friendship or whatever, for other people. Is that a good step to, I don't know, healing, a new life, health? This probably won't make the video, but that hopeful, optimistic part of me is like, what if something worked out with her? And I had these videos as the chronicling of, you know, when we first met and how I felt about her. That's fun. That makes me feel sort of like rosy and warm, even if it's silly. Reading that book on abandonment, and I stopped. I haven't finished it. And I don't know if I should or not. It could enlighten things, or it could make me aware of things that maybe I don't want to know. Like, maybe the phase I'm going through right now is like the false peak stage, where like you feel like you're doing okay, but everyone after this stage like plummets and has a really tough 2 months. Like, I don't want that. Well, hey, taking the advice of my friends, I was cleaning out the car, but I pulled into the house, and look who's over there. The white car. No idea why she's parked here today. But I guess we don't really tell each other things anymore, so it's okay. It's sort of like everything else that affects me, but less. It's just sort of like, of course she's here. As opposed to like some sort of gut level. Like, remember the last time I came in? It was the day of mediation, and the car was here, and I got really upset. It isn't like that anymore. If she was to walk out the door right there, it might affect me. But seeing the car, it's been a long time since it was a meaningful thing, so yeah. Wasn't quite ready for it, but it's funny, I came down the ramp and I didn't do the check for the white car, and as I went to pull in, I was like, oh, someone's in that's who's in my spot. But I'm gonna clean out the car and go upstairs and carry on the day the way I was gonna do it, so it's weird, right? I'll see you later. Holy moly, that was the hardest exit from the garage I have ever had. Like 4 different cars coming in. The dog and I are headed to get my running partner and then go to the dog beach. I am excited. The white car was still there when I left, and you know, whatever. I'm glad to come and go without running into her. I mean, God knows I might still, but yeah, of course. Have a nice day. I think I'm just about ready to get her off my cell phone plan. I don't really care very much anymore who she calls and who she talks to. For a while, that element of control felt good. It helped me feel less like a victim. I don't really need it so much anymore, and now I'm just paying for her cell phone bill. It's a status quo thing, but mentally I'm ready to have less to do with her. You know, she's been that way with me the whole time, but I'm ready now to move on mentally. You know, seeing the car isn't fun, but that's just a good little victory. I care less about what she does. There's a little more balance in terms of she doesn't care about me. I have been working on and do kind of care less. When she moves away, it'll be good. You know, I will wonder sometimes where she's gone, where she lives, what her life is like. I absolutely will, because I'm human and have loved her for a long time. It doesn't just end, at least. I don't know how it's gonna go. I know that I wonder about my ex and first person I ever loved. Like, I wonder about her sometimes. You just do, you know, if you've invested part of your heart in somebody, it doesn't go away. Or at least for me, it doesn't. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll send you some pics from the beach, or I'll at least show you pictures here of what the beach looked like. Yeah, have a good one. I will see you soon. Hello. Hi. Oh, you smell like wet dog there, Winnie. That was super beautiful. I'm so glad we went. I had a great conversation. I don't know. I really like her. She's super nice and thoughtful and expresses her opinion. If I'm talking about something, she's like, well, couldn't it also be blah, blah, blah? And it's like, yeah, you're right. It could be. And she's smart and wise. I got a text from my wife telling me she will leave paperwork at a notary for me to go sign somewhere. And I'm like, we're not gonna meet at the notary? I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know if I should text her back or not. Because truthfully, I don't need to see her. I don't know that I want to see her. Like, seeing her never does me good, right? So if I have the option to not see her and just sign the stuff, that's another gift to me from the universe, right? I'd have to walk in, sign a thing, and walk out. Okay. There is still that relationship addict part of my personality that wants one more hit, you know, just one more. Just want to see her once more. But you know what? I saw her on Saturday, and it wasn't pleasant. I didn't like it. It made me say curses. My barn friends kind of thought that they knew a secret that nobody else knew, and when I told them, like, who at the barn knew, they were like, oh, we thought we were special. I'm like, you guys are special. I just, you know, I've also told Matt and Adrian and Larry and Dom and Greg and people. I'm just not keeping the secret anymore. They're very special to me in a way that they probably don't even appreciate. Man, all the traffic lights, and I just want a burrito. You know, because what she did initially was text and say, can you go to the notary at 2:30 on Wednesday? And I was like, no, I don't get out of school till 2:30. My impulse was to be like, you know me, you know my schedule. We've lived together for 7 years. You know I don't get out of school till 2:30. But there's no use in that anymore. There's no use in so much conversation like that. Now, I was explaining to my running partner that we actually had a really good conversation tonight. You know, just talking about like the division of our assets, like all our stuff, and how it's going relatively well. So my wife has done things like she inflated prices or just came up with wrong prices. I'm not going to put a motive on it, but I think I told you about the bedside tables that she thought were $1,000 each or $1,500, like really expensive, when in truth they were $450 or $499 each, which was still really expensive for us. When she asserts how much the bedside tables are, what's the use in fighting her on it? If she's letting me have them, why would I be like, actually, they were like, there's no point. There's no point in fighting. At this point, I just want her to go. I just want her to leave. I just want him to leave. I'm excited for her to leave first. And the thought of them living apart for a while is nice. Move to a new city by yourself. Because he doesn't really bother me anymore. I don't like seeing him. He's a reminder of the past, but he's a sad little person. I don't like him. I don't think very much of him. I don't look at him and feel jealous anymore. I don't look at him and feel like, wow, you've got it all. I look at him and think like, good luck, man. You have inherited a handful. I hope you're strong enough for it, because at some point, she's probably gonna dump your ass. Take it from me. I tried real hard. Anyway, it is burrito time. It's all really funny. I think I commented the other day on how the email from her about dividing up our stuff was sort of like the kinder or the most soft voice she's used since we broke up. And I stand by that. My attorney sent the email today saying that I could sign the quitclaim And before I could even send an email, you know, before I could let my wife know, she emails me like, your attorney just confirmed, can you sign at 2:30 on Wednesday? And it was cold and brusque and harsh again. It's like, oh wait, where's the other person? The other person was almost kind of nice-ish. What is this? You get so much more done by being nice to people, but instead she's just like, you know, like cold. So yeah, she's back to the cold harshness and the email just being like, I will leave documents for you. I will let you know where and when on Wednesday. It's like, oh, all right. Just an ounce of humanity would go so far in this, to be like, hey, I can't meet you at I can't meet you at 3 o'clock on Wednesday because blah, blah, blah. So I'm gonna have to leave the document. You know, just, it's all in the delivery, and she knows that. She knows that about me, but I think it's also a human thing. Just talk to somebody decently. Like, she's issuing these commands, and it's like, you can't really stop it. Like, it's hard to tell somebody like, hey, just be kind, just be civil, you know? Like, an ounce of humanity would go so far here. But I don't know, I guess she's too guarded, too protected. She thinks I'm so evil. Like, she thinks I'm trying to like hijack her life. At this point, I want her to go. I can't wait for her to go. I have a celebration planned for when she goes. So no, I'm not trying to stop that. Go, get out, leave me alone. Burrito time.